Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Rolex Datejust 36 in yellow gold and steel with a champagne index dial and fluted bezel on Jubilee Bracelet. Reference 126233. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this watch, or this model of watch. Then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement. Finally, try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with just a little bit of history now. The Datejust, of course, dates back to a very long time. They started making it in 1945, which makes it over 80 years old, and it has since gone on to make thousands of variations. This is probably the most prototypical combination that you can think of. A very good combination. It's a classic combination. The dial color, the index markers, the fluted bezel, and the Jubilee bracelet. And this reference, which is 116233, is a reference that was produced from approximately 2006 until 2020, or around there. And it has some quirks and features that make it different and distinct from the current reference as of 25, which is 126233. I'll go through some of the differences and tell you about them. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and start. Let's start with the case. The case is 36 millimeter, and it has the new style thicker case. And interestingly, in 2020, when the new reference 126233 was released, or around 2020 when the new reference was released, the newer reference has a slimmer case. So and before this reference number, they had a slimmer case. So they had a slimmer case. They went to this case that you see here, which is a thicker case, and they went back to the thinner case. Maybe they'll go back to a thicker case again. Who knows? But anyways, it is 36 millimeters. It has sort of this smooth case, a little bit thicker. And let's take a look at the height here. It's around 11 and a half, 12 millimeters, something like that. It's not terribly thick or thin. I would say just proportionally right on it. And what I can say else about the lugs and the case that make it a little bit different from the previous generation is that the previous generation actually had very thin lugs that kind of look flimsy. These ones are very chunky, they're high polished, and they look much more and feel much more substantial and sturdy than the previous generation. Okay, let's move on to the bezel here. The bezel is a mark of distinction on pretty much every Datejust that has this fluted bezel. It's made of all yellow gold, and it's not really any change. It hasn't changed from the previous generation or actually any other generation. They all pretty much look have the same fluted bezel look. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the dial. The dial, actually, they make a successor to this dial. There's some minor differences. This is a champagne index dial. When I say index, that means there's luminescent on the index markers. Okay, and then the small differences are that you can see sort of the outer rim has this Roman numeral 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, and the Roman numerals. On the newer version, they got rid of that Roman numerals. I don't think it's much of a difference. They also sort of have this railroad that goes around the numerals, or the minute marker track, I guess you could call it. On the new one, the ones that got rid of it, I don't think it's that much of a big big of a deal difference. But it is a difference, so I'm pointing it out to you. Okay, let's move on to the bracelet. The bracelet is kind of different than the current generation. Although they're both Jubilee, from the top it looks one way. But when you look at it from the back, which is the buckle, you'll see that the buckle is hidden. So that is a benefit. If you like this hidden style buckle, the only way you can get it is by getting this reference, 116233, because the current generation has an actual buckle. This is a hidden buckle. You see what I mean by hidden? You put your fingernail here, you pull up, and then the buckle opens. While the current generation, it's actually an oyster buckle on the bottom. So, that's a matter of preference. But the newer ones don't have it, so if you want the older one, this is the only way to get it. Okay, let's look at the movement. Movement is covered here. It's an older movement. It's called the 3135. It's been around for like 20 years. it was used for 20 years at least, maybe even longer. And it's a really good movement, but Rolex has since gone on and make a 3235 instead, which is a little bit better. But anyways, it's not a bad movement. It works just fine, and you can and you can't see it anyways. Okay, time to try this watch on my wrist. Now, I can suggest this watch for those who have a wrist size of, let's say, 7 inches or smaller. And it's a nice starter watch for someone, especially on the older reference. Going to cost you a little less money than on the newer reference. So if budget is of concern and you want to get into a Rolex, but you don't want to pay no crazy, 10,000 plus money for it, then, this is a good choice. So if you'd like to do that, please click on the link in the description below to buy.jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.